All right, so here we are in the bunker. Essentially what I want to do here is there's a couple things in your setup adjustment. If I'm interlocking, I'm going to go to the overlap grip again as far as better feel and not quite as much, it's just easier to control the distance with it, with less grip pressure and less intensity in your hands. If I'm going to draw some lines here and this is my target here, let's say, I'm going to really set up open to it, and then I'm going to swing along my toe line, even though I'm trying to hit it that direction. If you're able to swing out to in with the club face wide open, it's able to come out straight. Generally, you want a relatively shallow swing through the bunker. You're not looking to be steep and dig into it, and typically when you are, that's when you're using too much hands, you're just too handsy. Really don't need to do much handwork here for a standard shot, chunk and run. We can talk about getting our wrists involved and stuff later. But just for your stock shot, you know, I'm looking to make contact with the ball, maybe 4 inches behind the ball here. Club face wide open, wide stance, get my center of gravity low. I'm going to try to get a little bit lower. I'm going to choke down on the golf club. And then I'm just going to take the club back and through and try to make contact behind the ball here, 4 or 5 inches, and continue to go through it. One way to think of it is if I'm trying to land the ball maybe 5 feet on that green there, swing as hard as it would take you to kind of toss the sand that far. So if I was going to just kind of throw the sand and land it 5 feet out, how much effort would that take? So you set up to it, choke down. So here we go again. Target line, foot line, and then I'm going to swing along my toe line. Open the club face way to the sky, low center of gravity, weight favor your left side. There's no weight shift in these bunker shots. That was a good shot. Target line, foot line, kind of swing along your foot line, club face wide open, weight left, and then try to keep it shallow. I'm not trying to get up and down. It's not up and down, it's more shallow, hit behind it, and come through it. There's not much wrist hinge. There's really no hand action. There's no wrist action there whatsoever, right? Very basic, and for the beginners, that's where you want to start. Standard shot, and then I'm just going to take the club back and through and try to make contact behind the ball here, 4 or 5 inches, shallow, hit behind it, and the club head's going to continue to travel ahead of the golf ball. So here we are in the bunker, pretty standard bunker shot. We're in a relatively flat lie, the typical setup. I want to talk about some of the biggest nuances of it. Typically, when we're on any other shot, we're usually looking for forward shaft lean, handle ahead of the ball, or even with it, and really kind of a descending blow. And you know, if you're further out and you're trying and you've got a fairway bunker shot, maybe that's the case. But when you find yourself in a greenside bunker, other than the typical adjustments, which would be to open the club face up as your target, maybe open up your stance, open up 45 degrees towards your target, and then swing along your toe line and let the ball come out at your target line. I'd like to add to that 2 things. First, that this is the only shot in golf, instead of having forward shaft lean at address, I actually want to have my hands slightly behind the ball at address, which you'll notice the shaft is now leaning away from the target as opposed to towards the target. And then not only does that help me get under the ball and stay shallow, but then it also, I'm trying to return the shaft to this place at impact from where I was at address. And that's how you're going to get that ball to come out high and soft. Starting with your hands behind the ball a little bit as opposed to even or in front of it. That's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. And as we launch this new channel, we really appreciate your likes and your subscribes and comments as well. Thank you very much.